Hey guys, Eddie Sandler, and who am I here with today?
Victor Morales.
And what did you do today?
I got top 32 at PPG Orlando.
That's what's up, man. With what deck?
With Cabba leader.
The expert deck.
The expert deck.
Let's get into it, man.
All right, so if you're not really familiar with what the leader does, is whenever you play a battle card, a U6 battle card, it is optional to take the life. You don't have to, but you will always get a 5K boost. A lot of people did not know that. They assume that you have to take the life, but it's really powerful. It helps you self-awaken. There's a little clause that you can only play Universe 6 cards, but all the Universe 6 cards are really strong. To awaken 2 leader, and then on this side, every single time that you're going to tap your opponent down, once per turn, you're going to draw a card. So it gives you really, really good value. Whenever your opponent is tapped out, he becomes 20k base, and that's really strong. Offensive and defense, that's really strong. And if your opponent makes a mistake of swinging at you while he's tapped down, you get to permanently lock 2 of his energy for 1 turn. So that is absolute the stones. I never got a chance to resolve that effect, but
if you do,
if anyone tried, they were gonna get caught.
Yep.
All right, so we're playing 4 of the 1-drop Khalifa. This girl is your number 1 engine. She's gonna search out absolutely every single utility card that you need for your deck. She lets you go up into the fusion, the Brilliant Pairing fusion, and it's really strong because turn 2 you can apply a serious amount of damage. 4 of the 2-drop Khalifa, another really important piece because you're tapping down your opponent's energy, and whenever you're denying your opponent from being able to react to your turn, it is absolutely strong. Yeah. Then 4 of the big girl.
Yes.
So whenever she evolves on top of one of the appropriate targets, or actually whenever she comes into play, you can hard cast her too. She's gonna tap down one of your opponent's battle cards or energy, and again, this is your main double striker. This is your main win conditioner of the deck. The card that makes this entire deck is the 2-drop Kale. She lets you look at the top 10 cards of your deck, grab any 2-drop or less blue or yellow Cabba or the Khalifa. So you have 8 targets here, and then you have more targets with the Cabba. This is really strong. Turn 2, you get to play this. To play this, tap down one of your opponent's energy. Because of the leader, you can take 3 life, and then you can evolve into the fusion to self-awaken yourself in turn 4. So because every single time you're gaining 5k because of the leader, you're swinging for 14, swinging for 15, then you evolve.
They keep it.
The power rolls over, but then the leader gives that fusion more power, so you're swinging dual attack for 34. On turn 2, that's insane amount of pressure.
It really is.
Yeah. Most of the time, you're giving your opponent resources, and you might fear it, but
they have to burn it to stay alive.
They're gonna have to burn it to stay alive. So you don't really care.
Exactly.
We're only playing 2 copies of the 1-drop.
How'd you like only 2?
So the card itself, it kind of clogs and is a little bit unnecessary. The time it shines is mid to late game when you need to add back things like your Chompavados, the double striker, more importantly like Brilliant Fusion. The dual attacker is just something that you will always use in the game. So sometimes you're gonna grab it back, or the Kefla that taps energy down. And then 4 of her. I don't really play her as much. It's just 10k power. 10k power, and if your opponent has something that's troublesome and you need to get it out of the field, then it's really important, especially in the mirror match, because it'll negate the battle card is targeting. So if your opponent has a Chompavados, you can negate it and get rid of it.
Okay, makes sense.
3 of this 2-drop Cabba. He is really amazing once you get to the late game of late turns of the game, where you have to look for more stuff, or even if you're kind of like screwed in the hand, he lets you fix it really easily. The 2-drop kill can bring him out, and then you just grab 2 cards and pitch 1 card. Most of the time, the cards that you're going to pitch are the higher cost cards that you can grab back with that Kale 1-drop, so you don't really lose value. Then 2 of this Cabba. This Cabba is what took the deck over the top. I was having issues with figuring out the ratios of everything, and then I got a chance to peep at Amani playing in stream.
Yeah.
And I saw how much value he was getting off of just this card alone. If you don't have any targets, he lets you self-awaken. It's absolutely amazing. And the fact that everyone has the understanding that this deck gashes out and runs out of cards in hand, this guy fixes that.
Yeah.
Because you can grab back your 1-drop that looks at the top 5. You can grab back the 1-drop that lets you grab anything from your drop. So he just gives you amazing value. Plus, it's another blue that you can combo off, so you can trigger a rival. Best card in the set.
Oh yeah, King
100%.
Vegeta, baby.
Yeah. This card is what makes this entire deck possible. Without it, you're screwed. Lets you play all your combos for free. Absolutely the nuts. Lets you be hella aggressive, or you can be extremely defensive. Most of the time, a lot of people want to play this down on their aggression. I play the deck a little bit more passive than most people. I wait until they attack me, then combo with Kefla that locks down energy, and then I'll bring this out during their turn, because now they don't have the necessary energy to stop it. So it's just a free value. Then 3 Champa the Trickster.
Should be putting work all weekend, bro.
All weekend. This card, it didn't even need to be in my deck. Everyone was playing this card.
Plus, everyone was.
So the true benefit of this card is, again, the deck kind of gashes out, but if you know how to play it, you can be extremely aggressive, but then you shift gears to be a little bit more passive, and this lets you interrupt your opponent. If they play a deck revolving around big bombs like Shinjita and stuff like that, counter window number 1 or counter window number 2, it doesn't matter. You can bring this out, tap down their biggest threat or something that you feel is threatening you, and then this is going to draw you a card, but then your leader also draws you a card.
Yeah, oh, that's
so
true. Yep.
It lets you regain back your gas. So especially if you're playing against someone like Toa, they bring out the 7-drop. Counter window number 2, you can play this. They're going to warp 3 cards from you, but then you're going to tap down the mirror. You don't have to worry about the infinite double strike. And you recover 2 cards, so realistically that mirror only got rid of 1 card. So it lets you stay in the game. 3 of the energy lock, Kefla. This, I use her more than anything combo-wise, because interrupting your opponent's resources, this is where the deck gets amazing value. Whenever your opponent is, first of all, they have a lot of resources, but they don't have energy to play it. So it's like it's dead cards in the hand. So when you continually use this, you're also triggering your leader's ability to draw cards. So this is a super combo. And this is another outlet to stop your opponent's Champa Vados. Or let's say they had the 1-drop Black Mass Lane. Everyone enjoyed siding that against this, but I just arrival with this, stop it, and then I just kept exploding.
Okay.
3 of the Fusion. This card is the absolute stones.
Yeah.
It can, when it comes out, the first time that you see it coming out, it's coming out for 34. It's applying a shit ton of pressure, but if your opponent doesn't answer this is always an extra 10k that your opponent is losing. If they're continuously comboing 5ks every single turn, they're losing an additional 10k combo, and over the course of turns, it adds up. It's gonna snowball your opponent. Super combo of choice was the Boramo. I felt the other one was irrelevant because this deck wants to wake up by turn 2, so having 5 life almost hardly ever never happens. So there's no need. Then the only extra cards is 4 Senzu Beans and then 2 Planet Vegeta. So this is self-explanatory, lets you extend, but also lets you reboost back your fusion. So she's swinging for even bigger now. And then this is to fix consistency issues. If you did not see the fusion, you can search it. If you did not see the 2-drop kill, you can search it. You can search down the energy lock. You can search down your double striker. This is just to add consistency.
All right, real quick. What's your thoughts on Planet Sedala? I see you not playing it.
Absolute
Trash?
garbage.
Thank you. I thought I was the only one who was saying that,
No,
man. Like,
no,
you
no,
tap
no.
two, and it's like, okay, there's nothing till you remove it, man. Like,
So I'm
thank you.
gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. When I first started playing the deck, I started like really getting into making the deck. I was playing Sedala, and it's a Q combo with Planet Vegeta, but realistically, it doesn't really give you over the course of if you're playing a longer game,
Yeah,
it can give you good value.
Yep.
But
when you tap energy, it's like it does nothing until you remove it from field. That's the problem.
So
Yeah.
you need to see that, and then another one, or that in Planet Vegeta. It just creates inconsistency.
Exactly. Yep.
Yes,
Thank
you get
you.
to free play something, but realistically, everyone by game 2, they're going to see the one drop. I just assume they have the one drop Black Mass Saiyan. So you're giving them more utility to hurt you. So just the fact that it's an extra card is a dual color energy, so when you charge it, it still doesn't even benefit you that turn. It creates inconsistency. There was no need for it.
Perfect.
All right. So in the side, we're siding against anything that potentially could blow us out. Frost Deadly Poison. It's Crusher Ball and Cold Bloodlust. So if they're playing anything that did not have deflect, that's a big bomb. This took care of it. The 7-drop Kefla. This card only came in against the Janemba matchup.
Okay.
So the new tricolor thing was absolutely rampant. I think there's like 10 in top 32. So
there's a lot.
If you can get this off early enough, that deck does not play any type of removal, and obviously it can. Besides the beers, it can take away the barrier. So now they have a choice of either playing their cards and not swinging with their leader, because now they're going to be tapped out, and then if they swing with their leader when they're tapped out, this is going to catch
lock
them.
Them out,
This is going to lock them out. So now Janemba is screwed, because his whole thing is swing with the leader to mill you. But then if he does that, then I lock out his energy, and now he can't respond. So it's really strong. I did not lose to a single Janemba matchup. The SCR, Absolute Stones against the ramp decks, against anything that revolved around 7-drop Gogeta, because once they reveal it and they play their Gogeta on the counter window number 1, you can play the Champa. Their Gogeta resolves, you send back your hand, but then the Champa taps down their Gogeta, you draw a card off the leader, you draw a card for turn. So you already regain back your hand, but
really
then you can play this because they have 5 energy tapped, and then the Gogeta that you just tapped with your Champa. So now he has 6 cards tapped. So now you can play him and draw another 4.
Yeah, draw 4 cards.
So
That's
you can
insane.
just steal it. So the value that they got absolutely no value. They just played a card to just take a life. 2 Crusher Ball. Again, interrupt big cards. This deck gets really strong value off of interrupting your opponent, so that way they can't retaliate. So realistically, you stay at 4 life, very safely. You're not really worrying. 2 Flying Nimbus against the mirror match, or anything that like to go wide. This is really strong, because once you shut down their turn and you deny them being able to progress their game state, they didn't answer with all the stuff that you have on your board. So again, you're just taking away resources. 2 Time Magic. This came in against anything that had dual attack, the Kaioken, the Broly version of this deck, so that way if they play down their Mera, you can just stop it from being restood, and it's just really good value card. The deck doesn't play any negates in the main, it's just absolute offense, and the cards themselves, they're kind of defensive, but if you're playing against something that they can, like Shenron, they can give it triple attack, you need some way to mitigate that.
Plus you have Trump Lovatos, man. Infinite combo.
Yeah, 4th copy of this, really huge on being able to lock down your opponent. So if I'm playing against a combo deck or anything that needs energy for resources, especially against like decks like this Tricolor Janemba that they needed to keep their 1 green that they always charge active, you could just tap it down and you never fear Vegeta the Cruel. So the whole reason for that deck is just to play Vegeta the Cruel and just interrupt you, but now they can't. A 4th of the Champa. Again, you need to be able to regain your gas, and again, interrupting your opponent on their play is just absolute value. Also, it's just another free 15k aggressor on the board, so you're just denying them even more. Third copy of the 1-drop KO. She only came in against the Janemba matchup because,
get your cards back.
again,
Makes sense.
you need to regain this card back. You need to regain the dual attacker back, the double striker back. It's just really good. And then 1 copy of the restraint negate, the graveyard negate. I just wanted to have something that would give me a little bit more value against the Janemba matchup. If they went off, I wanted a little bit of, at least I got something out of them playing their deck and not get blown out. With the assumption that they were still playing as aggressive.
Yeah.
They're actually playing insanely passive, so the card did absolutely nothing. It went into the drop, but it stayed in the drop permanently the entire time. It didn't really do anything. But yeah, the deck was really strong. Just main deck wise, I probably would not change a single thing. It's just a little bit in the siding now that the format is getting a little bit more defined and shifting, and decks are coming out. The new draft box is coming out and stuff like that. So once all that rest stuff comes out, this deck dies.
Yeah.
This deck 100% dies. So, honest opinion, just stop playing.
Enjoy it while you can.
Yeah, do enjoy this as long as you can, because it's gone. Freezer Prison is just gonna get way too powerful against us. Yeah.
So any shout outs you want to give before we go?
Definitely want to give shout outs to Team Shuffle Up.
Okay.
Yeah, guys. Want to shout out to Geeks United. They were cool enough to make us our shirts.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. Want to give shout outs to everyone that helps me playtest here locally. Andres, Chris. Shout out to Peter Katani. We had a giant, a fun time here.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks for the deck profile.
Anytime, my brother.